break in the murder of a JTA bus driver last month who was fatally stabbed and found dead in the driveway of his home.
Police have made an arrest. 61-year-old Kenneth Hawkins, investigators say, was killed with a kitchen knife by 18-year-old Jamil Thomas. They believe Hawkins had been acting as a father figure to that teen. Channel 4's Ethan Calloway joins us live from Hawkins' Northwest Jacksonville neighborhood. And Ethan, are police saying at all what may have led up to this killing?
Well, Lindsay, that teen told investigators he was visiting Hawkins here at his house when they got into some sort of argument. That argument then escalated, according to police, and it got into a shoving and pushing and shoving sort of match before the suspect tried to walk out of the house, grabbed a kitchen knife, and stabbed Hawkins several times in the chest. That's when they say the 61-year-old staggered out of the home and into his driveway, where he collapsed and was later found by a mail carrier. Now, the suspected killer, 18-year-old Jamil Thomas, told detectives he met Hawkins, who is a bus driver, at a JTA bus stop. He described him as a father figure. JTA released a statement today after the arrest. It reads, quote, "JTA is grateful an arrest has been made in the death of Kenneth Hawkins. Hopefully the arrest will bring some closure to his family, friends, and co-workers. Our heartfelt sympathies continue to be with his family." And at a news conference today, News4Jax spoke with JSO detectives working on this case since last month. News4Jax also received a statement from Hawkins' family after the arrest this afternoon. His brother says, quote, "We have faith in the justice system and hope that the person who created the death of our family member will be sent to a place where our deceased family member will have a chance to ask, 'Why did you kill me?' before passing to his final stop. Our family would like to thank the city leaders, Jacksonville Transportation Authority, Community First Credit Union, Mad Dads, friends, and people throughout the country for their support during our difficult time." Police say there is no evidence of robbery in this case, and they are still investigating to learn more about how all of this unfolded. We're live on the north side tonight. Ethan Calloway, Channel 4, the local station.
The destructive power of Mother Nature on full display in Yulee. A tornado flattened this camper. This giant tree uprooted. A blue tarp on this wind-damaged roof. Just one of an estimated 40 to 50 homes hit by the twister. Our Sky 4 drone with this view from above, trees down in this Yulee neighborhood.
Fortunately, no one was hurt, but as you can see, there is considerable damage. Channel 4's Jim Piggott spent the day checking out that damage. He joins us live tonight from one of the many hard-hit neighborhoods. Jim.
You know, Lindsay, it's cleanup time here, even though we have some rain coming. But look at this. This is what used to be a camper. A camper the homeowner never even had a chance to use. It was sitting out here, flipped yesterday. Not the only damage that he had, because when we come around here, you see this car underneath this blue tarp? Damaged as well. Not the end of the story, because right over here, behind this tree here, another truck. It was also damaged when an uprooted tree went right down on it. And as we had mentioned, people all up and down this road. We're on Dick King Road in South Yulee. It has been a problem. People are cleaning up. Right now, it's the sounds of chainsaws that fill the air. Yesterday, it was the sounds of a tornado that ripped through the area, a sound Jim Baker is now familiar with. He and his wife watched the storm hit their home.
We evacuated to the front windows, not the bathtub, and literally watched 80-mile-an-hour wind blow this way and toward 95. And I watched it pick up the trees out of the ground.
Jim wasn't hurt, and his home didn't have much damage, but his never-used camper destroyed, crushed by one of the trees that he saw blowing out of the ground. And his pickup truck also damaged. His wife's car also took a hit. Not far from Jim, others had similar stories, and most are all doing the same thing today.
It was a mess. Honestly, I was looking out the front glass and saw rain coming one direction, another direction. Within seconds, the trees you could see, so we immediately, my husband said, "Take cover now." Ran into the hall. He, of course, covered me, and within seconds, it was on us. It was happening. You could hear the whole house rumbling and shaking.
You know, one thing I'm hearing from people, they are praising the emergency crews that are out here, saying that they were out right after the storm helping to clear the roads. And I also saw employees from Home Depot and employees from Lowe's going around passing out supplies, passing out water, making sure these people have what they need to get their lives back in order. We're live in Yulee. Jim Pickett, Channel 4, the local station.
And certainly appreciated. All right, Jim, thank you. We learned this afternoon 2 women are now facing charges for the kidnapping of a 2-year-old little girl from Northwest Jacksonville. When we went to court today, we found out police arrested Kiera and Rachel Wynn. We have since learned the women are cousins. Kent is joining us now. And Kent, it was contentious outside of court today.
Outside, it was. The family of the 2 suspects and the family of the child, they were both there today, and they started arguing outside the courthouse.
How about that? Catch me on 4149.
Yeah, a quick sample there, but this happened right after today's hearing, where the women were ordered held on $750,000 bond each. I'll show you a video of 25-year-old Kiera Wynn and 22-year-old Rachel Wynn. Police saying that yesterday they took a 2-year-old from her home after a dispute with that girl's father about borrowing a car. The girl's family says the baby was dropped off on a corner last night. When neighbors heard the 2-year-old crying, they took her to Wolfson Children's Hospital. So this is video of Winter Floyd moments after she was reunited with her mother at that hospital. We're told Winter is doing okay. To add to this ordeal, Winter's father was also in court today. These were on unrelated charges of uttering forged checks. Calvin Elmore's bond was set at $1,500. So obviously a lot going on with this family. We will keep you posted on developments in the cases. Lindsay?
Well, we are still waiting to learn the identities of 2 people found dead in a Flagler County home. That home is on Slowdrift Turn in Palm Coast. A neighbor had not seen the 2 people in weeks, so they called the sheriff's office. Autopsies are scheduled for later today to figure out how they died. Their deaths are considered suspicious.
Covering Clay County, a school board member is calling for an investigation of Superintendent Charlie Van Zandt. It comes after a Keystone Heights former principal, Dr. Susan Saylor, sent a letter to the school board. She accuses Van Zandt of falsely labeling students as special needs. The letter also says Van Zandt told Dr. Saylor and other staff members to write thesis papers to help him get his master's degree. School board member Janice Kirky said it could be a state and federal offense to falsely label students as special needs in an effort to get increased funding. Channel 4's Kristen Cosby will have more on this coming up at 6 o'clock. A long-awaited development in the search for answers to the El Faro disaster.
This Navy deep-sea hunter shoves off from Virginia to retrieve that voyage data recorder. A live report is straight ahead from Norfolk.
I'm Sam Kavaris live at the stadium where the music is playing, the grass is green. It's been set up for football tonight as the Jaguars will have a live action scrimmage. We'll have a preliminary report about our special coming up at 7 o'clock. That's right after the break.
Harold and Harold is a prayer.
A new development tonight in the federal corruption case against Congresswoman Corrine Brown. Prosecutors are now asking that judge to deny a motion that her attorneys filed. Brown's legal team wants the court to force prosecutors to release any evidence that may be favorable to her defense immediately. So far, the government has hand-delivered 77,000 pages of discovery evidence. They are arguing to the judge that should be enough at this point in the case. Prosecutors also said transcripts of witness testimony given to the grand jury that indicted Brown will be delivered later. Brown, who is actively running for re-election, is due back in court next Tuesday, and the I-Team will be there. If you would like to read the background on this case, go to news4jax.com and click the I-Team tab right there at the top. You can also read that indictment and find out what's next for the Congresswoman.
The Food and Drug Administration has approved testing of genetically modified mosquitoes in the fight against Zika. The decision comes as the state health department says there is now a new case of the virus transmitted by mosquitoes in that same Miami neighborhood. This brings the total there to 16. The genetically modified mosquitoes could soon be released in the Keys, but the Mosquito Control Board in Monroe County will have to give the final nod first. The FDA says the insects would have no significant impact on the environment. A new mission is underway to recover the voyage data recorder from the wreckage of El Faro at the bottom of the ocean. This afternoon, a Navy vessel left Little Creek, Virginia, headed to the scene of the disaster to try to retrieve this key piece of evidence. When El Faro sank last fall during a hurricane, all 33 crew members died. Channel 4's Chris Parento is joining us live from Norfolk. Chris, how optimistic are investigators about recovering this device?
Tom, they're very optimistic. The last voyage that they made out there, when they actually located the VDR, they were able to get a lot of good data out there for exactly where it is and exactly how the VDR is situated. Now they've got the specialized equipment with them to try to recover it. That equipment was loaded on earlier this week, and today the final thing that was loaded on was a wreath in memory of the 33 crew that lost their lives when El Faro sank. As the USNS Apache got ready for departure from Virginia today, a lot was at stake as the ship and crew tried to recover potentially the most valuable piece of evidence in the sinking of El Faro.
It's quite a complicated and complex mission.
Brian Curtis, the acting director for the National Transportation Safety Board's Office of Marine Safety, says it will take about 4 days for the Apache to get to the location where the VDR was located on the last mission. The crew will spend 2 to 4 days on site trying to retrieve it from about 3 miles below. Curtis says the VDR would have a lot of information, including navigational data and radar information from when El Faro encountered Hurricane Joaquin.
The requirement is of a VDR of this type to have 12 hours of audio files in the wheelhouse. So certainly it would be a big benefit where there were no survivors for us to find out more of the circumstances of the sinking of the vessel.
Those files could include calls from Captain Michael Davidson as the ship lost power. Family members have said they hope the VDR is recovered so they will have a better idea of what their loved ones went through before the ship sank.
I do think they're appreciative of the effort and the lot that goes into it, but to get the VDR back will be critical in finding out what exactly went on prior to the sinking.
In total, the mission is scheduled to last about 2 weeks, and at the end of it, the USNS Apache is scheduled to return to Mayport as of right now, but those plans could change. When that ship does return, the hope is that it does have El Faro's VDR on board with it. Live in Norfolk, Virginia tonight, I'm Chris Parento, Channel 4, the local station.
Well, right now, JSO is updating us on that situation in Riverside. Let's listen in.
Cautious and donning all the safety equipment to make sure that everybody's safe.
You said this was found in a dumpster, right? So you have no idea if there's any house involved in the area?
No, it's a vacant area. People have seen people going to it, but we don't have any real suspect description.
Questioning any neighbors or anything on what they might have seen or any suspicious activity?
Not right now. We have been on the phone with some people, but we're taking it one step at a time.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank y'all.
Dr. Pepper, Pepsi.
Just a 2-liter bottle.
Come on, man.
All right, so we obviously joined that news conference towards the end of it, but we did understand it was a situation possibly involving drugs. You did hear him mention that it was a vacant home, so we are working to learn more information about what police know right now.
We're learning more this evening about a man with local ties who was charged with violently throwing a flamingo to the ground at Busch Gardens, Tampa earlier this week. 3 years ago, he was convicted in a previous animal cruelty case in Columbia County. Witnesses say 45-year-old Joseph Corrao picked up Pinky the flamingo and slammed her down with such force she had to be put down. In 2013, he was found guilty of shooting and killing his neighbor's 2 dogs in Lake City. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison. Today, that Lake City neighbor told Channel 4's Heather Lee, Corrao's latest arrest brings back painful memories.
When we spoke with Sierra Weiss, she was extremely emotional. She says that she still thinks about the incident to this day, especially after what happened to Pinky, that flamingo in Tampa. She says while she never found the body of her younger dog, she did find the body of her 2-year-old dog named Rudy right over here to the right of this creek in the brush.
It's a hard story to tell. It's even more difficult to comprehend. Sierra Weiss wipes back tears as she recalls the last time she saw her 2 dogs, Rudy and Martini, before they were shot and killed by 45-year-old Joseph Anthony Corrao.
I was moving my roommate Taylor in. She has a baby, so I wanted to get the dogs out of the house, make sure it was nice and clean for her.
She says at one point they both left to go get more belongings. She left Rudy and Martini chained up outside, but says that was rare. They were inside dogs. She says when her friend got back, the dogs were gone.
There was blood on the ground where Rudy was. And there's a creek behind our property, it's a Leslie Creek, and he put them in there and actually found Rudy in the river. And I'm so sorry.
Corrao was arrested and eventually convicted. She says after hearing about Pinky, the dancing flamingo in Tampa, she was surprised, but she also believes Corrao is a dangerous man. His criminal record speaks for itself. Possession of cocaine and drug paraphernalia, battery and domestic violence, burglary, 3 DUIs within a 5-year period, 1 that resulted in injury, and aggravated assault on a person 65 years or older.
I just feel so bad. Like, what were my dogs thinking when he was there? Like, hopefully they went really fast, because that is so difficult for me to imagine about my babies.
Corrao is charged with animal cruelty. That is a felony, and he did make his first court appearance in front of a judge. His bond was set for $5,000, but Weiss says she is going to continue to keep an eye on this story, and she says she would really like to see him behind bars for a very long time. Heather Lee, Channel 4, the local station.
The gates are about to open at Everbank Field for a preseason event that is always a crowd pleaser, the Jaguars' first scrimmage of training camp.
It's going to give coaches and also fans a chance to see how the players do in a game-like environment. Sam is joining us live from the stadium with a preview. Hey, Sam.
Lindsay, it was interesting coming in here because so many people were tailgating already for just a scrimmage. The first preseason game here isn't for 15 more days against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on August the 20th, which is a Saturday night, a game you can see right here on Channel 4. But the opportunity to see the scrimmage tonight is to see the revamped Jaguars, the money that they spent in the offseason, and how Blake Bortles has progressed over the last year. Bortles, who threw 35 touchdowns last year, is certainly in command of the offense and in command on the field as the team captain. Bortles also says during a scrimmage he wants to see what he goes up against every day in terms of the quality of the defense that they've got. We had Carson Tinker, the long snapper, interview Blake today about how long the play calls will be out here during the scrimmage.
What's the craziest play call we have?
There's a lot of long ones off the top of my head. Let's see. We could go move to Trey Right Nasty, F Echo, fake 19, keep right, X Hall, F Hide.
Snapper scoring on that play. That's a touchdown pass to the snapper.
On 2, by the way. On 2. Teal versus White tonight, 7 to 8 o'clock. Our Jaguars All Access look at the scrimmage. We'll give some inside looks at that and some analysis from former NFL players Mo Williams, Lonnie Martin, Matt Robinson across the spectrum of offense and defense. Should be an awful lot of fun tonight. It'll be a controlled scrimmage, but the Jaguars have told us they'll have a few more 11-on-11 periods than they've had in the past, so we'll bring you that live from 7 to 8 right here on the Jaguars official station, the local station, Channel 4.
Tracking weather with an hour-by-hour forecast, Channel 4 is the weather authority.
And a big concern if you are headed out to the scrimmage is, of course, these scattered showers and thunderstorms that are pushing from the southwest to the northeast across our area. The good news for the stadium is it looks like the storms are splitting the difference. We've got storms to the west of the stadium and storms to the east of the stadium, but the rain that is headed towards the stadium is lighter in variety at this point. So unfortunately, you probably still will get wet, and this storm will come the closest to the stadium. Let's put a track on it for you. It's passing Orange Park right now. These storms are moving at about 10 miles per hour, so that's pretty slow, and that puts the storm near the Cecil Commerce Center at 544, near the west side at 603, and near Ortega around 623. And so we'll keep an eye on that, but you can't expect scattered storms for your evening commute, and those should start to fade out around sunset just after 8 o'clock tonight. Here's what's left of Earl. It is still a tropical storm at this point, huge rainmaker for Mexico. There's another area to watch, and it's close to us. This swirling mess right here off of the Panhandle has a 20% chance to develop into a tropical depression. condition. And so we're keeping our eye on it, but whether it develops or whether it doesn't, it's kind of meandering away from our area, but still producing tropical and moist conditions for us. So we're just getting rain out of this at this point, and that's probably all we'll ever get out of it. Temperatures are in the 80s right now, with the exception of those getting storms. You're in the 70s in Brunswick and Gainesville. Here's a look at what you can expect for tonight. We've got the scattered storms pushing through this evening. They'll start to fade out after 8 o'clock, and then we're in for a humid and muggy evening. Pretty warm out there as we sink down into the mid-70s. So the last round of showers pushes through between 6 and 8 p.m., and then they fade out as our temperatures cool down this evening. We'll see pretty quiet conditions overnight tonight, and then we see coastal showers moving on shore from that tropical moist mess out over the Gulf, and that affects I-75 during the morning hours. And by 1 o'clock, our chances for rain are peaking between 1 and 5 p.m., looking at 60% chances for showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Not going to be a total washout for your weekend plans, but you do have to keep the umbrella handy. Earliest chances for showers along I-75, later chances for rain along I-95. Tonight, the storms fade, and it's a humid evening. We see 60% chances for those storms returning to your forecast just after 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and sticking around through about 5 o'clock. We'll see your chances for rain at a 50% level on Sunday, so ever so slightly drier on Sunday. More 50 and 60% chances for rain, even 70% chances for rain ahead in that work week forecast. Tuesday will be the rainiest day, but if you've been bugging me about when we're going to get out of the mid-90s, the answer is this week. It comes with huge chances for rain, but our afternoon highs are even in the 80s on Tuesday and Wednesday. We've got lots more to come on News for Jackson. It's all just after the break.
Hi, American businesses are being hit by ransomware at an unprecedented rate, but the companies rarely pay the ransom.
Those findings are from a new study which says 540 firms in the U.S., Canada, Germany, and the U.K. have been targeted. Nearly 40% of them had been targeted by ransomware in the past year. According to the study, companies in healthcare and financial services were hit most often, followed by those in manufacturing and government agencies, even including police departments. Stay with us. There's more to come, including a storm update from Rebecca.
Ken's going to join me for News 4 Jax at 5:30 right after this break.
A bombshell item. Live from the local station, News 4 Jax starts now.
You're looking live at Jacksonville Beach, where the early evening beachgoers, they had to dodge some showers and storms. Might be right about now. You could see a soggy start to the weekend. The Weather Authority has been keeping a pretty close eye on showers and storms all over Live 5 Doppler radar.
Let's get straight to Rebecca. She is pinpointing where the weather is right now.
We're seeing the worst of the weather right along the coastline. And this has a little bit to do with why we had a tornado yesterday. The sea breeze is interacting with the storms. We're not expecting a tornado today, but you can see how when the storms get over closer to the coastline, they start interacting with that sea breeze, which is pushing more wind towards the storm and giving it some uplift. And that's just like fuel to these thunderstorms, not to mention that warm, moist air off of the ocean is also fuel for these storms. So we're getting a lot of lightning right here as it's moving past Cumberland Island, stretching from St. Mary's all the way up into Brunswick and Sea Island. This is all headed towards McIntosh County. As it moves off to the north, the sea breeze is kind of keeping it pinned along the coastline there. We're getting a little bit of a break in Nassauville and Yulee right now, but another round is on the way. This round is in Fort George Island right now, and it may skirt just to the east of Yulee, which would be good for all those cleanup efforts, but we'll put a track on it here so you know, at least for the timing. It'll be in Franklintown around 6:09, Nassauville around 6:20, and O'Neill around 6:37, and approaching Fernandina Beach at 6:53. Right now, the storms are splitting the stadium. It looks like Mother Nature's a little bit of a Jags fan, sending rain to the east and west of it. Unfortunately, we do have some showers down near Green Cove Springs, but these are dying out. You might have a chance to stay mostly dry at the Scrimmage because of the way the storms are shaped and the direction that they're moving off to the northeast. So that's something we're keeping an eye on for you. If you're headed anywhere right now, I wouldn't go there without a poncho. We do see your chances for rain headed down after 8 p.m. I've got your weekend forecast hour by hour coming right up.
I want to get you updated on a local breaking news alert coming out of Riverside tonight. A hazmat team is en route to Herschel Street. Someone saw an empty soda bottle right there in the roadway, and it appeared to have chemicals inside. They called police, who are now waiting on hazmat. We're going to let you know what happens.
Taking it to the streets tonight. People who live at Fairway Oaks saying their homes are sinking and they need help.
All their silver and gold. Habitat, habitat, let my people go.
And we've got an update to our I-Team investigation into Fairway Oaks in northwest Jacksonville. Today we're hearing from Habajacks for the very first time.
For 4 months, we have talked with residents who say their homes are sinking because they were built in part on a former landfill. But Habajacks and the city previously blamed the problems on homeowners' poor maintenance. Earlier today, residents of Fairway Oaks got the chance to speak one-on-one with Habajacks' CEO, Mary Kay O'Rourke, after a community-wide protest on her office doorstep. A protest starting at the Habajacks office ended up at City Hall. Protesters carried signs and chanted, demanding justice for Fairway Oaks. Just minutes after arriving at Habajacks' office, people were then invited inside to speak with Mary Kay O'Rourke.
I wanted to listen to them. We have not had that opportunity, and so I wanted to listen to their concerns, which, I have been aware of them, but I, haven't heard them recently.
After a 30-minute chat, some residents then came out to say while they appreciated meeting with O'Rourke, they did not feel her promises were enough.
No solutions was actually put on the table right then. She just basically wanted to let us know that she do hear us, and that I'm saying they are working on it. But my thing was, you've been working on it for 10 years. 10 years you've been working on it.
Habajacks built Fairway Oaks back in 2000.